What's happening, sports fans? We welcome you back to another episode of San Diego Prep Insider. This time, and I apologize for the text message as the show starts, I'm breaking my own rules there. This time we got the San Diego Cavers in studio. Welcome, guys. Congratulations on the dead period being over and football being less than a month away. I feel like this is the time when everyone starts to post the super generic countdown of some sort that comes in whatever school colors you have. So you guys are getting a blue and white. 29, 28, 27. Everyone's like, all right, we get it. Football's close. Let's start with introductions. Everyone know you guys actually have numbers, so this is helpful for some of the people identifying. But usually people know you with a face mask and everything. So let's go down name, grade, position, and for coaches, I always say that if you know what grade you'd be in at this point, you're welcome to say that. If not, how many years you have been at your head school or at your current school.
My name is Kai Kluth. I'm a kicker punter, and I'm a senior.
My name is Caden Petrocelli. I'm a junior, and I play wide receiver.
My name is Matthew Hampton. I'm a senior, and I play receiver and corner.
My name is Talon Duncan. I'm a junior, and I play wide receiver.
And I'm Coach Reed. This is my first year at San Diego High, and I'd be what?
You'd be get your doctorate at this point.
Yeah, it'd be in the 30s. So,
so first year at San Diego High School, you came on when I'm always curious about head coaches in their first year. You have been on since spring, yet you have gotten some actual time with these guys. You're not playing catch up at this point.
No, I've been in since end of January, early February.
Okay, so for you guys as a team, I know that there's no, you'll never be perfectly ready. You're always going to be growing and adding. But if you guys had to put a number to it, 0 to 100%, if football started tomorrow, how ready are the San Diego Cavers? You can lower that down too.
I would say about good 80%. I feel that we're ready to compete, but of course there's room to grow for all of us, and we could all get better. But right now I'm pretty confident that we would compete well if we were to start.
A good 80, is that evened out offense defense? Is one going to be the signature side for at least out the gate? Because I'm not trying to start beef between the offense and the defense. I somehow accidentally always stumble into that. Also, we will let the kicker answer on behalf of special teams as to how ready special teams are.
I feel like we're pretty balanced on both sides, but I feel like our defense is a little bit more stronger, a little more ready right now, of course. But, both sides of the ball has been made great improvements. So.
All right, kicker. How are the special teams? How with 0 to 100? You better be very confident in the special teams because you represent all of them.
Yeah, I'd say about 100.
Okay.
Got all the pieces going. We got a holder, 3 holders. Good snapper, good kicker.
Is that a good sign or a bad sign if you have 3 holders? Because are you preparing for them to get hurt, and that's why you have to have backup holders?
Yeah, you just never know what's gonna happen. Someone might jam a finger.
Well, no, I guess the thing that's coming to mind was I had a holder when I was playing in high school who got a little too confident in himself, kept saying, "Coach, we need to put in a fake field goal roll where I pick it up, roll out, throw a touchdown." He was so convinced that it was the secret weapon on our offense because he had completed some passes in a 2-hand touch game once. And so coach was like, all right, great, fine. We'll draw out this whole play. And he told our outside linebacker, yeah, Lee's going to roll out. And run. So our outside linebacker, I'd never seen a better form tackle where the guy was literally picked up, put level with the ground, and then slammed down. He didn't hold for a couple of weeks after that. Okay, so right out the gate, it sounds like a lot of confidence. You said you've been improving a ton. Where is that coming? What has this offseason been? Have you guys been focusing in on something specific? Is it just that coach has brought in a good mentality? What has been so good about this offseason that has you guys so happy and confident? I mean, these are questions open to everybody. I can't make eye contact with all 5 of you while asking the question. So open floor on any of these.
I think, we've taken – well, we've mentally prepared for the season. Coach, he comes in with a good game plan. Our captains, they're trying their hardest to get everybody, kind of dialed in, ready for our games to come and our season to come. And, we're just getting prepared pretty much.
To add on to that, we had we're pretty young this year. We're not very senior heavy, so that was new for us. So we had to prepare for that, and a lot of people stepped up, and it's been going well. So that's what's been looking well.
How many seniors on the team? Like, are we like 2 or 3 of them, or?
No, we got yeah. Well, we have.
So it's a pretty small senior class,
Yeah,
and rotate that over there for Coach. Help him out.
Yeah, it's a very small senior class. I think. Yeah, maybe 10. Yeah,
But 5 that
5.
actually count as football players.
Yeah.
5 that you're glad that they're there. You like them, and if you're up by 40 at some point this season, you'll think about them staying in the secondary for a play.
Oh no, everybody's playing.
Okay,
You
are a kind and generous man. Then,
Oh, yeah.
because that means that people like me would have gotten on the field
Oh, yeah.
more often. So juniors, sophomore, like there's an underclassmen group that's about to break out this year. Like, who are some of the people maybe that aren't here in studio with us? It sounds like that might have a year that they're gonna be put on a little bit.
I'm gonna let them.
Unless they're secret weapons, in which case I'm not here to expose any of your plans.
Casey Contra-Smith, he's our quarterback. He's a junior.
Are we giving him shout outs even though he ghosted us?
Just a little bit.
Just a little
yeah.
shout out? Okay, a little half shout out.
That's our.
He's your quarterback. You gotta give him.
Yeah, that's our new quarterback. He's stepping into a big role. It's new, first time on varsity, but he's been handling it real well and made really big strides. So he's looking real well right
And
now.
you guys have done, I forget how many passing tournaments there are over the summer, but you've done at least 2 or 3 of them. So you've done one of them, and we're happy with the way that he stepped up into the role.
Yeah.
Really.
Okay. So I'm looking at the schedule then right now, and you guys open with Vincent Memorial. Then you got Westview, Mission Bay, Vista, Otay Ranch, Kearney, La Jolla, Mira Mesa, El Camino, Patrick Henry, Christian. That's some big boy. That is a beefy schedule for any team. Is there a game early in that season, maybe in the first half in the non-league stuff that you have circled where you're like, that's going to be a big showing for us. We're going to prove to people. Okay, great. Go ahead.
I don't know how early that game's coming, but for sure one that I'm excited for is Otay.
That's week 4 or 5 or 3. I never know what is the scrimmage week 0 or week 1 or negative. So that's the 4th game of the season. So Otay, specific reason for Otay or
just they're a decent team, decent program. So that's a good test for us, I think.
Okay. Who's the rival? Right? Is it still? I mean, it's been a couple different schools over the course of San Diego's history as a school, but you guys have not been here for 120 years. So who right now, at least for you guys as a football program, is the rival?
2 teams that stand out to me that you named was Henry, just because every year with Henry, it ends up being a slugfest almost every game and comes down to the wire. And, one that for me that I really wanted to play again was Christian, because we lost to them in the playoffs last year by 3, so that game's going to be big.
That one sits with you. That one stings a little bit from last. Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, I hate bringing up bad memories for teams, but sometimes teams will say like that stuck with us all off season, and we've been grinding and just really thinking about like that one motivated us. Is that game from last year, that 3-point loss, kind of been sitting with everybody this off season?
Yeah.
Definitely.
I just think it's like that because, last season we worked really hard to get there, and then to go out first round in the playoffs is it's kind of a stinger. So, yeah,
I do, and this might just sound like complete defeatist logic, but I do think sometimes it's also easier to lose by 4 or 5 touchdowns in the playoffs and be like, like the last game that I ever played in high school football, I remember getting on the bus thinking oh, we're all going to be so sad, and then we immediately break into laughter because one of our defensive tackles is crying, but he just also goes and turns to one of our linebackers and he goes, dude, you got juked 6 billion times a day. And then eventually everyone just ends up roasting each other and we all laugh because we lost to a guy that went on to be Fresno State's leading rusher in ever. And we had no business winning that game. Never, ever, ever would we have won that game in a million years. So a 3-point loss sticks with you. I'm seeing, though, home for El Camino, Patrick Henry, and Christian. That has to be pretty nice. Yes?
Yes.
I always like giving a gentle opportunity for you guys to either appreciate your fan base or give them I'll call them out. You guys can give them a polite nudge in the direction of we need some more support. But how has the fan support been the last couple of years? Because COVID, I feel like maybe robbed the freshman and sophomore classes at that time of knowing, hey, Friday night, you turn out, this is how you root for a team properly. Are we good with the student section, or do we need a little gentle?
Changes from game to game.
Okay.
Like for homecoming, it's always a good turnout, but if it's just some random non-league game against
you guys getting Vista at home
yeah,
on September 9th, we might need people to
we might need some people there. Yeah.
be encouraged to come out to the home opener
Yeah.
a tad bit more heavily. So you need me walking around campus with a bullhorn, just yelling at people. Yes,
Pretty
Maybe
much.
that help.
Coach, you seem like a super loud, outspoken guy. We'll give you those duties.
I got it. Yeah, I do most of my talking at practice.
Good.
Yeah.
Great. Is that true? Is he actually a yeller, or is he one of those ones where 2 words can cut you so deep that you feel the hurt? Yeah. Or is it even just a look? Is there a signature Coach Reed look?
He's not a yeller, but definitely has a little way with words. He'll get the message.
Does anyone do an impression of Coach? Am I asking that wrong with him right here?
I don't think anyone wants to try.
We'll put that on the poll at SD Prep Insider on Twitter, on Instagram. Is it a good sign of respect when, as a coach, everyone's too scared to do an impression of you? You can find all our polls there. Coach, for you, the last decade or so has been focused at San Diego on breaking barriers and or returning to former glory. We saw the first female head coach in San Diego high school football take over the Cavers. Then Coach James, trophies, section trophies, state trophies, all section play. You tweeted out that you were trying to continue what he had started. I'm curious for you where you have the goals set for yourself and for these teams, because you got to have, that 1, 3, and 5 year goals. But it seems like you have a very lofty vision for what this can be.
Oh yeah, we want to come out the gate competing. Even though he's not here, we still got to continue on with the legacy of what he left. They had a tradition of winning. So that's the goal. They had a tradition of kids going to college. That's the goal.
I was going to say winning and academics seem parallel.
Yeah.
Kinsley, the intern be trying to sneak into the camera right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so.
Are you on campus?
No, I'm not on campus.
This is a complete aside that we don't need to go into on the show right now, but I think it's fascinating how there was this huge push for a couple of years of the most effective coaches can only be on-campus teachers, and
but then,
it's just not true. It's just the most effective coaches are the ones that care.
Yeah, exactly. Because then you're knocking out 50% of the population. Everybody can't get on campus to be a teacher.
Nor is that effective sometimes to always be around your kids always, and to have your kids be also your AP Euro students or whatever it is, fill in the blank. Yeah, it doesn't always work perfectly. And this is an instance of where I was saying, if you say it without a microphone in front of you, we don't hear it. What was that?
Yeah, it's also not realistic. It doesn't give, I feel like it's good also, but it doesn't give people to take that proper step and prepare for the next level.
Okay. So we said there's 2 seniors here, yes?
Right.
Okay. This, I get, is a loaded question and very open-ended, and there is no right answer, there is no wrong answer. But what are you guys hoping as seniors individually or as a senior class to leave behind as a legacy or as an impact or as a memory for the rest of this program?
Really, when I joined to make my mark on school history and just to be remembered, I want our class to go out and just be remembered in history as one of the best to do it. So, I just want to push that agenda and bring that energy every time, every game, and try to go down in history.
Yeah, like I'm just trying to kind of set an example for, the kickers and punters that come after me.
Very niche market.
Yeah, I know.
I like it. You're the first position-specific answer I think we've ever gotten to that question.
Yeah.
Is you don't want to give any of the receivers a legacy. None of the linemen, just the kickers. For you guys as juniors, what are you guys aiming toward? I know that this is less of an impact or a legacy, but where do you guys have the bar set for the next 2 seasons for yourselves?
I'm trying to set my bar high. I mean, I always keep it high for myself and try to set high expectations. Because it's junior year already. Freshman, sophomore year.
Because you guys would have been freshmen in 2020, right? When the pandemic started, or was that your 8th grade year?
No, that was
your freshman year.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we didn't really get a season there, so it flew by really fast. And then sophomore year pretty fast as well. And then it's like, oh, we're juniors now, So we got to really step up to the plate. And
this will be your first normal year of high school, right? Like this will be the first unaffected any sort of mask mandates or anything, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So we just gotta step up to the plate. Bring the energy every game, like Matthew said. Just go out there, and show everybody what we can do.
Anything to add?
Yeah, I agree with what he said. To be honest, I feel like the first season I didn't really get to do a lot because we only had 4 games. So last year really felt like my freshman year. But I do think that we both have to turn it up a little bit, and it's got to be like our junior year so that we're ready for next year when a lot of the seniors leave and we have to step up.
Yeah, well, that's why I was curious, because as a class where there's not going to be one even full side of the ball that's starting with seniors only. Like you guys are going to get tons and tons of playing time as juniors and sophomores this year. So it seems like you're headed in the right direction. Coach, any final notes before we get at it? We really appreciate you guys being here. This is the first morning before 10 a.m. interview. So normally players are a tad bit quiet even by then. So I appreciate you guys coming out. Coach, any last words, any last message about what these guys are up to this season or what you guys as a program are up to?
Yeah, we're up to big things. I'm keeping everything under wraps. That's why we only did 1 7-on-7. Shout out to Mission Bay trying to figure out our offense. Keep telling them we're running Tommy Frazier's Nebraska offense.
I know how to read that tweet better now that I've met you in person. A bit of an enigma on Twitter sometimes, yes.
Yeah. But I think we're going to.
Would you like to hold on? Elevator. This is the segment we called elevator music, where I turn off the microphones and we enjoy the show on our own without you guys. Do you want to just lie and tell them some fake offense that you're going to run?
2001 Miami, any Nebraska offense back in the day, Tim Couch, old school, Air Coryell, SDSU, whatever we can. Wing T, Wishbone.
I swear if another high school team tries to run the wing T, I'm going to freaking, oh, man. That offense frustrates me just visually. Mm-hmm. It's impossible to get highlights. Even if a team scores a bunch of touchdowns with it, it's impossible to get good highlights of because it's nothing but bodies mashing into each other, and there's no good photos or videos that come out of that. It's just, another Torrey Pines kid scored a touchdown from 5 yards out. You're like, great. Wonderful. That's not going to go viral at all on any sort of social media. Hey, intern. All right, that's usually about the sign that we have reached a good point for the end of the interview. Let's go down the line real quick. Any social media that you guys want to plug? Where can people follow the team? Where can people follow you guys? See what you guys are up to this season.
The Athletics has a Twitter page. I believe it's San Diego High Athletics.
My Instagram is capital TD Lunkin.
You can find me certified M3 on all socials, and my Twitter is the real MH4.
You can find me at kpetrocelli25 on Instagram.
And my Twitter is Cluth Kai.
Perfect. And we are at SD Prep Insider. Thanks very much, everyone, for tuning in. Congratulations on football almost being here. Is there a hashtag or a saying or something like that, or a motto that you guys have for this season? Always repping an outdated one? Is that from a couple years ago?
It's a hashtag come downtown.
Hashtag come downtown. All righty then. Hashtag